Hello and welcome. As you can see, I don't have any makeup on today. I'm hoping that we can go through that together and go through my usual makeup routine. I like to think that I look okay like this because I don't wear makeup to work, and so I really hope that I don't look too bad. I already put my hair up, so it's out of my way, and we'll get started. This is my makeup bag. I got it as a Christmas gift from my mom. So I always start with my eyeshadow first. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of fallout, and if I start with my foundation, I have to take it all off and start all over again. So I'm gonna open this really slow. I don't have a lot of fancy makeup supplies because I don't wear makeup all the time. So we'll just take a quick peek in my messy makeup bag. I have some brushes that are very soft. They feel really good. Let me make some noises. This was actually one of the first brushes that I got as a Christmas gift in like junior high, so this one's really old. I have another brush. This one I use for darker colors. It's actually even softer than the other brush, so it helps everything go on a lot. Concealer, and I use this all the time because I always look so tired. I don't really have a designated foundation brush. I just use this really big brush. It's part of the same set that I got in junior high, so it's probably seen better days at this point. This is my mascara. I got it for Christmas last year. It came as a sample kit, so I got a lot of makeup with it. I'm not very good at telling the difference between good and bad mascara, so as far as I'm concerned, this one works just as well. I use this just to make sure that all of my eyeliner that I spend so much time putting on actually stays on all day. Oh, that's a different noise. Okay, and so I'm going to put my little bag over here so I can get to it. I'm going to talk about my eyeshadow color palette that has traveled with me everywhere from California to Alabama to Alaska, where I am now, and it's definitely showing that it's a little bit worse for wear. It's got some miscolored spots, but it sounds great. You can see here that it does have more markings on the back because it's just traveled everywhere with me. I think it just sounds so soothing. And then on the inside, it has a lot of different colors that I have never used. As you'll see in just a little bit, pretty much stick to really basic colors. I've used the browns. I've used these darker browns a little bit. And I'll use some of these down here for my attempt at contouring. So that'll be fun to see later. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get started with my eyeshadow. I have a little mirror, so if it looks like I'm looking kind of in a different place, I'm just looking in this mirror, and my skin should be ready for some makeup. So I'm going to start with my primer, my eyeshadow primer. This is by Too Faced. I'm not sponsored by any brand, but I got a lot of their makeup for Christmas, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it because I usually do. So it twists. Alright, I'm gonna put just a little bit onto my finger. Just a little bit, that's all it needs. I'm gonna put that right onto my eyelid, kind of all over the place. There, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So, there we go. There we go. There we go. It's all on now. I put it on. So we're all done with this primer. So I'm going to put it away. I'm now going to take my really old brush that I use mostly for lighter colors. The first thing I'm going to do is rub it on my 3:15 was an appointment that I had today that I wrote on my hand so I wouldn't forget. So just ignore that. I'm going to go ahead and rub it on my hand just to make sure I don't have any more makeup colors that I don't want. And it looks like it's clean. I don't see very much makeup on it. So I'm going to open my eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take the lightest color that I'm going to use, which is going to be White Christmas, right there. White Christmas. And it is kind of hard to see, which is sort of how I like my makeup. So I'm not doing it wrong, I promise. And I go all the way up to my eyebrows with this light color. I'm going to do the same thing to both eyes. What you'll notice is that my left eye doesn't like to stay closed as much as my right eye does. So it makes it a little more challenging to do this side of my eyes. But we're gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna just try to even it out. I think I got a little bit too much on my left side, so I'm gonna brush a little bit more over here. Alright, that looks pretty much perfect. I think that's as perfect as I'm gonna get this color. So I'm gonna brush it off onto my hand again because I'm very, very technical with makeup. Alright, and I'm gonna go with my next lightest color. I'm gonna use the same brush, and this color is called Cobblestone. So I get some cobblestone on my brush, and this time I'm just going to put it in the middle and onto the ends. Right in the middle, and then sweep it into the end. I'm going to take a little bit on the edge of my brush and brush across my entire crease with it. Just like that. So it's in the middle, it's on the end, and it's in my whole crease. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, so I'm going to get some more cobblestone. Do it to the other side. This side is much, much more challenging. Okay. The light isn't great in here, as I'm sure you can tell. So I'm just trying to make sure that both sides are as even as I can get them. And they look pretty good right now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this brush away. I'm gonna rub it on my hand first to try to get out the color. So next time I use it, it won't have this color on it. And I do clean these, just not exactly every time. Okay, so I'm gonna put this brush away. I'm gonna get out my dark color brush. So here's the dark color brush. And if you're wondering, I'm wearing my pajama shirt because I always feel like when I do my makeup, I'm wearing my pajamas because I always do my makeup before I do anything fancy. So that's what I'm wearing. This just plain black tank top. It's not something I would normally go out in. It's just what I sleep in. Alright, so next we're going to take a little bit of a color name that I can't pronounce. Bella Femme. Bella Femme. It's this one right here, Bella Femme. So we're gonna do a little bit of that, just a little bit, because it's really dark color. And that just goes on the edge. And I just make a V, just a little V, from the top down to the bottom. And I don't really do anything fancy. I will take a little bit more and put it into my crease a little bit. And then the rest is just blending. Which is not super good. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just make a little V. This side doesn't like to stay closed, as I've mentioned. It's a little harder. This brush is so soft though. It's so much softer than the other brush. I got a little bit too high on my V, so I'm just kind of wiping it off. This is not meant to be a makeup tutorial. I don't do my makeup very often, so I just kind of have some little personal techniques that I've learned as I've gone along. So that's all that I'm sharing with you guys, are my own personal techniques. So please don't freak out that I'm not doing this the way you do it or the way professional makeup artists do. So I'm going to brush out the color now because I'm done with my eyeshadow. And at this point, my hand does look like it has a little bit of a bruise. I'm fine. It's just eyeshadow. Alright. So we're going to put the brushes away. And the eyeshadow away as well. I'll go over there. Alright, next I like to move on to my foundation. I'm using Revlon Photo Ready in Nude. It's nude. It's also dirty. I've had this for a while. Pump nozzle, so I'm just gonna put a little bit into my palm, just one pump, that's it. And once again, being very professional makeup artist here, I'm just gonna use my finger. Oh, my ring is making noise. I'm just gonna use my finger to dab it sort of randomly on my face. I get under my eyes as well, just a little bit. Alright, so this is where I'm gonna stop and look like this all day. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna take my big brush now and I'm gonna do circles all over to blend it all in. I'm gonna do that now before Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer by Maybelline New York. I believe that Dream Lumi is the color or the shade. I can't guarantee that that's true. Okay, so I take this and it has a twist cap. And I apply it in a V shape under my eyes, like this. I don't let it get too close to my eyes because I wear contacts, and if it gets in my eye, that would hurt a lot. It would probably hurt a lot if I didn't wear contacts also, but it sticks to my eye more with the contacts. Okay. So I also see a spot here that I want to cover, and then I have a little spot right here as well. So that's what I do with my concealer, and it looks super good right now. I take my foundation brush again and just gently wipe this into my skin and then drag it into circles so it will blend with the foundation I have on. See how much better this side looks than this side? Yeah, we all do. We all see it. Again, I'm making some really, really amazing faces while I do this, so enjoy those. I've never realized how much I have my mouth open when I do makeup until right now, where I'm trying not to have it open. So I'm learning new stuff about myself as well. So at this point, I start to feel like I look a little bit like a ghost. And so this is, what did my nose do? Okay, so this is when I go ahead and jump straight into contouring. I'm not very good at contouring. I saw one tutorial online and that's all I've done since then. So please just bear with me, and I think it turns out fine in the end. Back to my Too Faced eyeshadow palette. It has some different colors of blush in the bottom. Some of you guys are already cringing, but yes, I use the blush to contour. Sorry, I use this one right here. It's called Sun Bunny. Sun Bunny. And it's kind of a brown sort of color right there. So I take that on my concealer slash foundation brush and just get a little bit. It's a pretty dark color, so I don't get very much. Just a little bit. And I put it on my temple, both temples. across my forehead like that. And right by my smile line, I don't know what that's called, but from my chin down, my chin down, from my lips up, and then underneath of my chin, like that. Now, I don't want to look orange spotty all day, so of course I rub it in circles. I got kind of a lot right here, so I'm gonna blend that in a little bit more. Okay, and finally, to finish off the contouring, I just take a little tiny bit and put it down the bridge of my nose. And I rub that in as well. And now you can see already that I have a lot more color on my chair is noisy. And we're going to add even more color with this pink NYX blush. This is Mocha. I don't know why it's called Mocha. It's obviously very pink. See, Mocha. So I'm gonna use the same brush that I used for everything else and just get a little bit of blush. This is also a very strong color, so I don't want to get too much. I'm gonna smile and brush it across the apple of my cheeks right here up. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. have some color on my face, I'm going to go ahead and go to my eyeliner. This is a very, very cheap brand of eyeliner called Eye Appeal Ultra Rich Retractable Eyeliner. And I'm pretty sure that this cost me like $3 from Walmart. That's kind of a disappointing noise. I'm gonna try one more time. And it just twists out. I like to brush a little on my finger because sometimes the eyeshadow gets stuck to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna push my eye a little bit because I like to get a thin line, and it's almost impossible when it's this thick. So we'll try. And of course, a thin line was impossible, but at least I have some eyeliner on. I'm gonna do the same thing. So that's not perfectly even, but it's as even as I'm gonna get today. So we're all done with our eyeliner. We're going to move on to the last part of my eyes, which will be this mascara that I already introduced you to. It's Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I like that. Okay. I just kind of blink and wiggle and alternate that pattern until it looks like it's on pretty good. There's one eye. Can you see the difference? I'm gonna move something really quick. Alright, I'm gonna do the second eye. Did the last part without looking, so that was pretty talented. I'm gonna do the bottom just a little bit. I'm one of those people that has ridiculously long bottom eyelashes and pretty short top eyelashes, So if I put too much on the bottoms, I look like a spider. I'm going to have two things left to do. I'm going to put on some lip gloss. I'm not a big fan of lipstick. I'm just going to brush in these eyebrows a little bit so you can tell that they actually exist. So we'll start with some lip gloss. So this is Revlon Color Stay Overtime in Rogue. It has this lip stain that lasts, called Keep Blushing, that lasts for up to 12 hours, but I don't want it to stay on for 12 hours, so I'm just going to brush on some of this clear, doesn't make a noise, some of this clear lip gloss. Lip gloss because you don't have to be exact. If you miss a little bit, you can just wipe it off. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my dark colored brush and just get some eyeshadow that's as close to my brow color as possible. Just do a tiny bit because I don't really like filling in my eyebrows, but it's kind of a necessity. And I just brush back and forth a little bit until it looks like I have eyebrows, and then smooth them all out in the same direction. And it's not a huge change, but you can already see the difference. I actually look like I have eyebrows now. Use my fingers and just brush them down. Alright, my makeup is all done. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish by brushing my hair out. I don't do anything fancy with my hair either, it just kind of does what it wants. So I'm gonna take this ponytail out. And it's short right now. I go through long and short phases, and once it gets long enough, I cut it and I donate it to Locks of Love or Pantene Beautiful Lengths. That's something I really encourage doing. There's a lot of people out there that are going through struggles, and if we can help them to just feel a little more confident about themselves, like, it's such an easy thing to do. So I'm in a short phase right now. Here's my brush. It's just a normal brush. I love brush sounds. Pretty much every part of a brush just sounds so good. this is when I would go change my clothes, put on some normal clothes or some fancy clothes, depending on what I'm doing. And I have hair on me now. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it.